Let's take a look at a question on application of differentiation. We are given a curve C as a pair of parametric equation given to be x equal to t plus e to the power t and y equal to 3t plus e to the power minus t. Part A, find the exact coordinates of the stationary point of the curve of C. When question gave us a parametric equation for a curve, usually we try not to convert it into a Cartesian equation unless the question specifically wants us to do so. So for this question, we are going to continue to work with this pair of parametric equation. X equal to t plus e to the power t and y equal to 3t plus e to the power minus t. To find the stationary point, we are going to find what is our dy dx. So the first thing we're going to do is, let's try to find what is dx over dt. So I'm going to differentiate this. I get a 1 plus e to the power t. And this, if we were to differentiate respect to t, I will have a 3 minus e to the power minus t. And our dy over dx is related to be dy over dt times a dt over dx. And let's put in the expression for our dx dt and dy dt. We will have a 3 minus e to the power minus t over 1 plus e to the power of t. And this will be the expression for my dy over dx. And for stationary point, we are going to set our dy over dx to be equal to 0. So we will have a 3 minus e to the power minus t over 1 plus e to the power t equal to 0. So crossing the denominator over, it will just disappear. For the numerator, I will have a 3 minus e to the power minus t equal to 0. And I'm going to just shift this over to the right-hand side, rewriting it into this form. And I'm going to take ln on both sides. I'll have a minus t equal to ln 3. And I managed to find that my t is equal to minus ln 3. And with the value of t, I'm just going to sub in this value back to my original x and y to find the coordinates of the stationary point. When t is equal to minus ln 3, so subbing into our x here, I will have a minus ln 3 plus e to the power minus ln 3. As for this, I can just rewrite it as a plus 1 over e to the power of ln 3. And we will know that actually for e to the power of ln x is the same as x. So here, I can just rewrite it as just a 3. So this will be a minus ln 3 plus 1 over 3. Similarly, I'm going to sub t equal to minus ln 3 into my expression for y. So I have a 3 times minus ln 3 plus e to the power minus of minus ln 3. So here I will have a minus 3 ln 3. And this I can see I'll just left with e to the power of ln 3. Basically, it will just give me a 3. So therefore, coordinates of my stationary point will just be equal to minus ln 3 plus 1/3 and minus 3 ln 3 plus 3. In part B, find the coordinates of the point P on the curve C for which both x and y have the same rate of change with respect to t. Since we already have the expression for dx over dt and dy over dt, I'm just going to equate them together since the question already say they both have the same rate of change. So dy dt will be equal to dx dt, 3 minus e to the power minus t equal to 1 plus e to the power of t. And according to the question, actually they didn't really ask for the exact answer. I can actually just use my calculator to solve for the value of t. But maybe we can just simplify a bit first. Maybe we can actually just solve it directly without using calculator also. I'm going to shift everything to one side of the equation. I will have e to the power minus t plus e to the power of minus t, and this I will have minus 2 equal to 0. I'm going to multiply throughout by e to the power of t. I will have a 1 plus e to the power of 2t minus 2e to the power of t equal to 0. Rearranging it, we have e to the power of 2t minus 2e to the power of t plus 1. And actually, I can see that I can already factorize this directly already. I don't think I need to use our calculator to solve this. I will have e to the power of t minus 1 square equal to 0. So from here, we will have e to the power of t minus 1 equal to 0, e to the power of t equal to 1. Taking ln on both sides, I will be able to solve t equal to 0. And with this value of t, I'm going to sub in back into my x and y to get the coordinates of my p. Subbing t equal to 0, my x will be equal to 0 plus e to the power of 0, which give me a 1. And subbing into my y, 3 times 0 plus e to the power of 0 will give me a value of 1 also. So therefore, our coordinates of p will just be 1, 1. And also for the second part of this question require us to find the equation of the normal to the curve C at this point P. So we are going to make use of these points to find our equation of normal. So for equation of tangent normal, we are going to use y minus y1 equal to m bracket x minus x1. First, I'm going to find what is the gradient of our tangent first using dy dx for my part A. After that, I'm going to find the gradient of the normal. So dy over dx will just be equal to 3 minus e to the power of 0 over 1 plus e to the power of 0. And I will have 3 minus 1 over 1 plus 1. It will just give me equal to 1. So this will be the gradient of the tangent. I can see that gradient of my normal basically will just be equal to minus 1 using the m1, m2 equal to minus 1 because the gradient of the tangent and normal are perpendicular to each other. So with that, we can actually plug these values into this equation already. We have a y minus 1 equal to minus 1, x minus 1. And rearranging this equation, we will just have y equal to minus x plus 2. So this will be the equation of the normal required by the question. Let's continue with part C of this question. The normal of P meets the curve C again at the point Q. Find the coordinates of my point Q. From our previous part, we have already obtained the equation of this normal. And now we are going to use the equation of this normal to intersect our curve. So therefore, at a point intersection, I'm going to replace my x with this and my y with this. We will have 3t plus e to the power minus t equal to minus t plus e to the power t plus 2. As for this equation here, I don't think I can solve it algebraically since it's comprised of a term that is like a t and an e to the power of t. I'm going to use my graphing calculator to solve this equation. For the left-hand side of this equation, I'm going to key into my y1 of my GC. For the right-hand side of this equation, I'm going to key into y2 into my GC. And we are going to just use the intersect function to find the value of t. I'm going to skip this part. I'll just leave it to you for your practice to use the calculator. So from here, we should be able to get our values of t to be equal to 0 or t equal to minus 2.4665. And for t equal to 0, this is an expected value because this is my coordinates of my point P. Because this t equal to 0 is happen when we are finding the equation of this normal. And this is considered as one of the point intersection between the curve and the normal. So we are now going to use this, and we are going to use the t equal to minus 2.4665. This will help us to find the coordinates of Q. I'm going to sub this back into my x and y here. I will have x equal to minus 2.4665 plus e to the power of minus 2.4665. And if we were to evaluate this, the value I'm going to get is minus 2.38. Similarly, I'm going to sub this into my y. So it's 3 times minus 2.4665 plus e to the power of minus 2.4665. And this evaluating, my value will be 4.38. So therefore, my coordinates of my Q will be minus 2.38 and 4.38. For part D, we are asked to determine with justification if the triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle where O is the origin. So for this part of this question, we're going to use a simple graph to help us to visualize the scenario here. Since we are already given the equation of this one, I'll just key this equation into my calculator under the function of parametric mode. And this will be my equation on this screen already. But when we are using our parametric mode for this part, we have to remind ourselves that it's very crucial for us to change the window settings, because by default, the t minimum is 0 and the t maximum is 2 pi. If we will just sketch this, right, it will not display the entire curve properly. So we are going to change our window settings. And I'm going to put my t minimum to be minus 20, t maximum to be 20. So this will be enough for the GC to generate a graph to display most of the features already. So from here, if I were to graph this, I will get a curve that looks something like this. Let me just draw it. It will cut the x-axis, then turn back up and look something like this. And this is x, this is y, and this will be my origin. If I want to find out where is my value of p is, I'm going to press trace and I put 0 because p occurs when t is equal to 0. So when I press t equals 0, it will give me the position of my point P, which is at 1, 1. I'm going to mark it somewhere here. This will be a point P, 1, 1. And for the normal, right, I will know that it will cut at point Q, which I've just solved it. I will just roughly sketch out the normal to look something like this. And this will be my point Q. Let me just label minus 2.38 and 4.38. Right, and I'm going to actually try to find what is my equation of my tangent, because looking at what the question has described, right, OPQ is a right angle triangle. So I will actually kind of suspect that the equation of this tangent, right, will probably passes through my origin. So it will probably look something like this. It's not very nicely drawn, but this is okay because it's for our own reference, right? And I'm going to find the equation of this tangent first. And equation of tangent using the y minus y1 equal to m bracket x minus x1 at point P. So I will get y minus 1 because at point P, the coordinate is 1, 1. And we have actually already found the gradient of the tangent previously, which is just 1. So 1 and x minus 1. And solving this, we have y equal to x. So this equation actually is y equal to x. And obviously, y equal to x will pass us through the origin. And this will be the triangle I'm going to look at, is this triangle here. And our objective is to prove that this is a right angle triangle. Actually, I already seen it should be a right angle here already because we are using the equation of the tangent and equation of the normal. And both of them are related by the gradient, which is m1, m2 equal to minus 1. So I'm going to say something like this. I will have since the product of the gradient of the tangent and normal is equal to minus 1, OP is perpendicular to PQ. Therefore, our triangle OPQ is a right angle triangle.